Welcome everyone to episode 7 of the Unintentional Journeyman. Quite a bit has happened since we've last been together. However, I did realize one thing towards the end of last episode, that we've watched 5 matches so far, or we've viewed 5 matches, and we have yet to win any of those. So we have an episode jinx going on here, and I'm hopeful today that we can break it. We've got 2 ties and 3 losses, and I can't remember the last time we scored a goal in one of these episodes. We could desperately use to break the jinx, and we could desperately use a victory, as we can see as we take a look here at our standings. And just before the match, we're going to take a look at the standings, talk about a couple little things, talk a little bit about some of the match results. Some really interesting things happened, both positive and negative. But the end result, if we look at the table here since we were last together, is I forget where we were, 21st or 20th. But now we are dead last. We are all by ourselves at the bottom of the table. 23 points out of 25 games. We are 4 points away from safety. We desperately need a win. I actually just got, there was a comment in the press saying that, you know, if they don't pick up a win in this match, if Farsley don't pick up a win in this match, it could spell the end for Godzilla Blitz here. So things are looking grim. You know, this is titled The Unintentional Journeyman, and it might once again be an unintentional journey here. As I was hoping to stay with this team for quite a while, this might end before even the first season is up, as far as I know. I can only imagine how hard it is for this to happen in real life. I mean, right now it's agonizing. It's amazing how invested you get in this, and especially when I feel like we're not this bad. I'm trying lots of things. I mean, tactically, I feel like I have quite a bit still to learn, but I've had good luck with tactics in Football Manager before. So I feel like we should be doing better, but for one reason or another, results are just stacking up against us here, and we sit at the bottom of the table. One interesting thing that I saw here, and I want to show this, if we look at our home record, we are dead last with 7 points out of 11 games. But check this out. If I go to our away record, we're right in the middle. We're actually in the top half. We have 16 points out of 14 matches as an away club, and yet we've only got 7 as a one. And so what I'm wondering is if maybe I'm playing a little bit too aggressive at home, and that's leading teams to take advantage of us. The only thing I can think of is for at home and away is that I'm more likely to start on a front foot or take an attacking kind of agenda as we play these games, and I'm wondering if that's killing us at home. So we're at home today. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious and put us kind of a little bit more tentative, a little bit more safe, a little bit more conservative here, and see if that might help play out. But it's just baffling how we can be so bad at home and so decent on the road. So somehow I think solving that mystery might help us. But let's take a look at the results, because there were some interesting matches, to say the least. We saw the Darlington match that we lost 2-0. Darlington's a good club. They kind of beat us. You know, the only interesting thing there was that when we switched to an attacking mode in the second half, we played a little better. We still lost the second half 1-0, but it just was a little bit more of competitive soccer, competitive football. So from that perspective, that was interesting, but that's probably one we're expected to lose. Altrincham at home, their bottom half of the table, I thought this was one we could pick up. And we got this new loanee in, so I've still had some room with loans, and I've been hunting for good players. Got this guy in, Dale Walton, who, if we sort our view here by ability, he comes up as the second best player on the team. And everybody said, this guy's amazing. You got to swap him out for your current attacking midfielder. So I put him up top in that 4-3-1-2 formation as the attacking midfielder. Before the game, he's all kinds of anxious and stuff like that, but this guy, I figure he's good enough. He's going to be fine. How can it go wrong? If we look at his numbers here, especially as kind of an advanced playmaker, I mean, just really good for this level. Teamwork 17, vision 12, flair, passing 8, that's okay for here. But just some really good numbers. Agility, stamina is great, work rate's great, determination is great. Looks like a pure, should be fantastic at this level. We got him on loan from Hartlepool, and just figure, okay, this is wonderful. So halfway through the first half, the guy throws a vicious elbow at someone on the opposing team, on Altrincham team. A vicious, intentional elbow, immediate red, he gets sent off. From the resultant free kick that they get, they score. We go down 1-0. We have to play the rest of the match down one person. I actually was able to attack. We actually kind of generated some attack on the team, but down 10-11 in terms of personnel, we just weren't able to get a goal. We lose 1-0. He gets a 3-game red card ban, and he's on loan. I can't apparently discipline him because I for whatever reason, maybe you can't discipline loan players. I wasn't aware of that, but I tried to find him and tried to talk to him, and it just doesn't work. So, and the other thing is those loan contracts, I forgot to uncheck the loan can be canceled button. I feel like sometimes, you know how you download software and then it says, hey, do you want to make this your default browser? And unless you're intentionally uncheck it, all of a sudden you've got this, crappy browser, and you're like, wow, how did this happen? Those boxes on those loan contracts, I always go in and uncheck them, but sometimes I forget. So I can't even send this guy back. So who knows what's going to happen? But anyway, he's on the bench for a couple more games here to kind of stew over and mull over his actions here. I'm very scared to put him back in because who knows what'll happen. I mean, how do you do that on your first game with a new team? Just crank some guy with an elbow and get yourself a straight red card in a 3-match ban. It's just moronic. I don't get it. So anyway, that's the kind of thing I think. I was sitting there at the end of that match looking at where we are and looking at our results and saying, this just isn't to be. This is like one thing after another. No matter what I try, I get this great player in, looks good, and the guy turns out to be a complete turkey in his first match, and all of a sudden we lose another one. And so I was just at the lowest of lows there thinking, okay, this is all over. I mean, that's the day after Christmas too, December 26th and stuff. And then we played our next game against Leamington, and look at the result, 6-0. I mentioned I got a new striker, this guy, Jermaine Turner, who came in, and that was his first game. So I stuck him out there, said, okay, what can you do? And I thought, let's get back to basics. Let's go a 4-4-2. I tried Turner up top. And actually, because this guy Walton was out, I brought Josh Hawks back in, who's been our acting midfielder, and he's done okay. I brought him in, but I put him up top at a striker role because he's got good passing. One of the things I noticed, I know we talked a little bit about strikers last time, and one of the things I noticed kind of excites me about this guy, Jermaine Turner, is that he can pass. He's got a 9. He's got some vision, and he's got off the ball. He's got a little bit of teamwork. I mean, 8, that's not horrible for this, but none of our other strikers have that. Just horrible ratings for positioning, teamwork, visioning, and passing. So they get the ball and they shoot. And that just hasn't been working. So I thought, well, let's get some guy up here who can combine with other people. And Hawks, likewise, has pretty decent passing. If we look at it as a deep lying forward, passing a 10, technique a 10, teamwork a 10, vision a 10, flair, off the ball. Really good numbers for that kind of role. So I thought, well, okay, he's not really strong at it. I mean, he gets kind of that, he's functional, if anything, at deep lying forward, but his numbers are good for it. So I thought, what the heck, let's try him up there. So I put him up top, and we just erupted for 6 goals. That's more goals than we had, I think, in all the games combined all the way back to the end of October. So that was just, on all the league games. We had that FA Trophy Cup win where we exploded as well, but that was a much weaker team. But how do you explain that? I just don't get it. And the Jermaine Turner, the new striker, hat trick, 3 goals and 2 assists. That's crazy. And they're passing and combining. And I'm thinking, wow, maybe this is it. Maybe we've got something here. Our next game was against first place Alfreton, and we lost 3-1. We went down 3-0 in the first half and scored a goal in the second half. It was kind of competitive. We got some shots and things like that. I mean, playing, this is probably our hardest match, though, right? We're away against the number 1 team in the table. That's the hardest thing we're going to see all year. And losing 3-1, okay, maybe it would have been nice to get a point there, but really that's to be expected. So again, as the schedule stacks up, we have a lot of our harder games in the first half here. So I'm hopeful that might help us out as we get to the back half. But anyway, the result is we won 1 of the next 3 games. In our second half here, we've won 1 of 4 games. So we haven't started off very well in the second half. And yep, we are at the absolute bottom of the table here. So we need to break the jinx. We need some luck here to break the jinx. We need some luck to just get things back on track a little bit, to get some momentum. We have a match in hand here, actually, to both Bradford, PA, Barrow. We had our last game. Our last match was postponed because of a waterlogged field, which kind of was nice to get a little bit of a break, but now we have 4 matches here in 11 days, which is a little bit of a stretch on our legs here, given that we had some tired players and stuff. But I think that's enough of kind of intro. I don't really have too many other things. We've kind of slowed down the pace of acquiring players, and I think our players are good enough right now. I might still keep looking for a couple of replacements here and there, especially on the outsides a little bit. I feel like we got a pretty good spine, but some of our outside players are pretty marginal. But I feel like we have enough to get the points to keep us up. I feel like the pace we were going at after we had that initial bad start is enough to get us up. So I feel like we can do this. We just have to start getting results. So please, I hope this episode will help bring me some luck and bring us some luck, and we can start to turn this around a little bit. And without further ado, let's go to our team selection, and let's jump into the match against Braintree. Braintree, I think they're sitting in 7th place now, but they've had a marginal run of matches lately, so maybe we can nip something off here. Going with kind of a cautious 4-4-2, just reverted to a little bit of a basic formation. This is the formation that worked wonders in that 6-0 win, and so I want to kind of try it again to see if this is going to work. Again, playing our outside mids. Let's start from the back though. Frank Burton, our goalkeeper as always, and our back four, for the most part, staying the same. I'm starting to rotate in some of these outside backs, but Lindley at right back, he's been there for quite a bit, done pretty well at the backside in terms of performance and everything, and so he's going to start at right back. Boyd and Renton are central defenders who've done very well. Ben Blythe on the left side, rotating with Anthony Taylor, it is, and he's going to start today just because Taylor started the last game, so I'm kind of rotating there. At the outside mids, I'm trying both Coney and McGowan, are two players who have good crossing skills, and that worked very well in our 6-0 win. We were just carving them up with accurate corners that both Hawks and Turner could then play around with and score. Twyford scored 2 goals in that match as well, that 6-0 match. So putting him back in at central midfielder to work with Chris Atkinson, they have a good bond. Renton and Boyd have a good bond, and Lindley and Coney have a good bond. So we're starting to get some players that play well together. Hawks going to try this again up at this attacking role, and then Turner at our 3-goal scorer here, playing it out. This will be his 3rd match. He did not have any success in his last match against first place Alfreton. But on the bench, we have Saunders. He's our newly acquired striker, a little bit better than I think our existing ones. He'll probably come in for Hawks at some point in the game. Nathan Turner back from injury. He's the guy who is just totally unhappy, doesn't like me, won't talk to me, but he's a good defensive midfielder. Even though his attributes aren't like, he just really performs well. So I'd like to bring him in if we're winning, which doesn't happen very often. That's probably why he's mad about his playing time. But anyway, he'll come in. Hayhurst can play outside if we want to go a little bit more attacking on the left or right. Foulstone is our backup for Renton or Boyd at central defender. And then Joe Edwards can come in for Twyford at central midfielder. So with that, we're ready to go. The weather, I think it's January 11th here, 2022. It's 7:30 at night. I think it's cold and rainy, which would make sense here. But fingers crossed we get a result here. We desperately need one. A result could put us up to 20th place and get some momentum. And we've got some more home matches coming up. So let's go. Drizzle and 42 degrees. Let's go to the dressing room. Let's set opponent instructions. We'll ask our assistant to do that. Come back to the team talk. The general mood amongst the players is average, and they immediately go quiet and look up with admiration. I don't know quite why they admire me. I mean, we're doing so bad. We're in last place, but they do admire me. So you got to give them that. Tell the team they're expected to prove a point today. Expect a win tonight. Yeah, we owe Braintree after what happened in our last match. Go out there and get revenge. That one always works well. I just seem to have I like this one. Let's say that. Boom. Seem motivated, seem lucid, keen. Yep. Okay. Good result. We had 6 players react positively to it. Only McGowan here seems deep in thought. But let's end our team talk and let's get this started. All right. Not many fans there. We've been under 300 fans per match now, which has been well below league average. I think we're at the bottom of the table there for that. Over the top. Lock it up. Okay, looking good. I like the combinations. In the match that we won 6-0, we had some just phenomenal passing and some plays that actually looked like we were a football club that knew what they were doing. Just the results were really good. So, Cormac, corners. Ooh, what? Is that a 7 minutes in, we get a penalty against us? Are you kidding me? Oh, and he goes the wrong way. Not looking good for the Jinx here. I didn't even see that. Why do they call that? They call that against us all the time. I don't need to see this again, but I'll watch. I make myself watch, right? Okay, let's not give up. That's just a bad start. We're going to need a goal to win anyway. We can do this. Come on, Farsley, let's go. We may need to switch to a little bit more positive, although I'd like to wait at least 30 minutes so that I'm not constantly changing these tactics. Let me do a shout of encouragement, though, because I don't want them to get down. Fired up by the feedback. Okay, our keeper and 3 people are fired up by the feedback. McGowan is nervous out there on the wing. It's down here again. Come on, boys. We're better than this. Ooh, wide. Okay, no problems on that. They are out shooting us 2-1. But maybe if I'm going to just... 30 minutes in, let's go to balanced and see if that helps us a little bit. And actually, let me see if I can get our outside backs involved a little bit more. Let's move them up to support. So Lindley, and we'll go to support. Confirm our changes in play. That should help us generate some more bodies on the other side of the pitch here. 35 minutes in, still no highlights here. I'm tempted to go a little bit more aggressive here for the rest of it. Both teams are really threatening from long range. I'm going to make some... Oops, I didn't want to do that. Actually, I didn't want to make that type of change. But in possession, let's hit early crosses. Don't work the ball into the box, but just hit early crosses. Okay, that's fine. How is this working here? Okay. Interesting. Okay, I guess you have to opt for that. Confirm our changes. Let's get one here. I'm tempted to go a little bit more aggressive here for the last 5 minutes. See if we can get something. Boy, our last game in this formation where we just ripped Leamington apart was constant highlights of us scoring. And now we had this one goal. I wonder if they're sitting back and just letting us come to them. Boy, this is another dismal half here. I feel like not only have we had a jinx in terms of not being able to get a result when we see one of these episodes, we also haven't had much action. It seems like a lot of these games, the matches are just watching the stats and we'll get 2 or 3 highlights and it ends. And they're kind of drab affairs here. So maybe I just have to do a better job of picking matches. But I thought this one would be pretty good. We should be, on paper, I would think, somewhat evenly matched. Shots 5-4, they outnumber us. Corners 3-3. It's been fairly even. We just had that penalty that's made the own difference here. Let's go to the dressing room. Tell the performance was disappointing, but it really wasn't. Yeah, okay, let's go. Expect something. Show me something else in the second half. Okay, we're all fired up. Excellent. Let's go. End team talk. The players look ready to walk through walls. Let's walk through some walls and let's get some goals. And I'm actually going to go to attacking right away. McGowan down the left side. He can cross the ball with authority here. Hawks inside. Blythe cannot cross the ball. I'm not sure why we're doing that. Short passes and skip the long balls forward. Okay, we'll try that as much as I'm not thinking that's going to help us. We'll close that guy down. 55 minutes in and still no highlights here. Let's get something. Here we go. Long ball forward. Turner. Okay, Hawks picks it up nicely. Outside to Coney. Move forward. Bodies in the box. Okay, Atkinson. Forward to Hawks. Hawks to McGowan. McGowan back to Hawks. Make that pass. Ooh, backheel pass. But right, we got to get the ball on Turner's foot in there. Let's pause and see if we want to make a 60-minute substitution. Who's doing what? Outside, our strikers are really struggling. Let's bring in Saunders for... do the same role. Saunders for Hawks and see if that helps us all. Fresh blood up there too. Can't hurt. In attacking mode, we're just not we are generating shots. I guess we've got 6 shots. I feel like we can come back and get this. We have to think positive. Let's be positive. We can do this. We can do this. Get the second ball. Yes. Okay. Get the second ball. Saunders out to McGowan. McGowan brings it inside. That's a nice ball. Oh, okay. I thought that was a nice ball, but the defender made a nice header back to save it. Is that the end of the highlight? Okay, back to us. Did that guy just fall down for no reason? McGowan to Atkinson. Plays it back to McGowan. Long ball forward. He's on sides. Turner with the breakaway. And oh my goodness. What happened? Did he kick? He kicked it off the goalkeeper twice and then missed on the 3rd shot. Turner, you're better than that. Okay, here we go again. Starting to get some highlights going here. It's all us. If the first one goes in, we're going to open up the floodgates. We are going to win this match. I predict 3-1. Oof. I need better corners. Or maybe not. Borg forward. We got this. We got this. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Okay. Okay. What's going on here? Turner picks up the ball. The highlight's still going. But not. Oh, here we go. This is it. We're going to score. I know we're going to score. Twyford with the ball. Center it. Good. Atkinson. Find someone. Outside to Blythe. Back to Atkinson. Inside to Saunders. Oh, got to score that. Gosh, we're generating shots again. We're just not getting them in. Let's see what we can do. 70th minute substitution here. Twyford, 6.8. He's doing fine. Hayhurst on the outside for McGowan. He's 6.8. He's doing fine. Turner, our new striker, is not doing very well. Let's flip their sides here a little bit and see if that can help at all. Oh, get over there. There we go. Just see if that can shake it up. Give them the same roles that they had on the other side. And let's see if that can help here. I'm going to wait to 75 minutes to a second sub. Maybe bring Hayhurst on the outside. I feel like we're getting forward here. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing, which I probably should have done earlier, but let's move our lines up here. Higher line of engagement. Much higher defensive line. Let's go all... Let's go right about there. That looks good. This looks fine. Distribute quickly. Counter press. Let's keep the ball. Pass into space. Sure. Hit early crosses. I thought I had that set from before. Slightly shorter tempo, higher, never. Let's go a little bit more direct. And focus play through the middle. No, that's fine. Okay. Let's just set this a little bit more offensive now. We should get one. We're out shooting them 9-7, 4 on target to 3 on target. 75th minute, we're going to have to, let's encourage them. We can do this. All fired up. When I encourage them, only our goalkeeper and defenders get fired up. Ooh, this is a dangerous spot. Free kick. Burton's all over it, though. Nicely played. 14 minutes. A point here would boost our morale. Just a point. Nice. The third ball over his head. Oops. Nice step. Who was that? Is that Atkinson? Coney on the outside. I feel like this is going to be good. Forwards it to Turner. Turner. Oh, got to get more on it than that. Or bring it back across in front. 79 minutes. Let's go very attacking. Let's add in. Let's push McGowan up. Push Coney up a little bit. And actually, let's bring in Hayhurst for some fresh energy on that left side. Let's bring in Joe Edwards to replace a tired Jacob Twyford. And confirm changes. It's our last couple subs. Play. Here we go. 10 minutes. We can get 2 goals in 10 minutes. I know we can. We can do this. I'm positive we can do this. We're going to get a goal. Right here. Here it is. Turner. Back to Coney. Oh! So many chances. Come on, let's start it. Lindley. Oh, Turner can run onto this. Good. Get in front. Get in front. Somebody. Delay. Coney picks it up. Centers it. Oh! A brilliant shot. Their goalkeeper denying us again. We are all over the goal here. Uh-oh. Countering. Could be dangerous. McCormick with the ball. Off to Henry. Long shot. Nothing on it. Our shots are so much better. That was, did you see that? That was, again, one of those U11 shots. Anything else I can do? Push up even higher. Out of possession. We are up as far as we can go. I think the only thing we can ask now is more direct. Dribble less. Try to be more expressive. I don't know. Pitch. Confirm changes. Okay. Shouts. Push forward. Yes! It went in! That was like ping pong. I was watching the top right. What happened? It was an own goal? Turner in front, off Hayward's head, off the defender's head. It hit like 12 people, and then it went in. We've equaled. Okay, let's pull it back just a little bit to attacking and keep everything the same. We've got this. Shout. Praise. Maybe I just encouraged him. I can't shout again. Let's get this. We are out shooting him. We're outplaying him. We can do this. Victory is ours. I know we can do this. We can get a win and we can break the jinx. Yellow card. All our subs are in, right? I've done everything I can. Yep, all our subs are in. Okay, we don't need that. Let's go back to the pitch. Play. 88 minutes. Come on, give us like 5 or 6 minutes. We can get this. We can get this. I think that was Saunders that scored. 4 minutes of extra time. Okay, Borg. Back to Morgan. Oh, it's a little bit of a questionable tackle. Get the... Oh, tackle. Nice. Okay, pick it up. Hayhurst, break. We're on the counter. Saunders on the side. Stay on sides. Oh, what was that? That was a give it up to the other team. Come on, 1 minute left. Let's get something. Last chance. Freak. Oh, why didn't you kick it into the net there? Ah. The Jinx survives. We outshoot them 15-12, 8 on target to 5 on target. Clear-cut chances were equal. All in all, a fairly equal match. Richard Palmer of the OnLeagueFootballPaper.com says, this match could have gone either way, to be honest, and I suppose it's no real surprise it ended in a draw. I had expected Braintree to beat Farsley today, but that's football. You know, a tie is a point, and I think playing a team well above us in 7th place, I think they are, up in the table, that's good for us. That's a good result. It didn't break the episode jinx, so we've gone 6 matches now without seeing a win. But considering that we'd lost a couple here, the general mood amongst players is average, and they immediately go quiet and look up with admiration. Tell the boys they did well, and that their efforts were excellent. It was, you know. You've done brilliantly to come back and salvage a draw. I'm proud of you. Everybody's delighted, but we really need those wins. Second half was pretty good, though. So we'll take that. There you have it, a late goal to draw. And does that pull us up a little bit? No, we're still in 22nd place, but we're 3 points away from safety now as opposed to 4 points away from safety. So a victory, actually, if we were to pick up a win in our next match, and we have a match in hand to Barrow as well. So if we were to win at equal point, we would be out. We'd be ahead of Barrow on goal differential, and depending upon what Bradford and Cambridge City do, they could. Well, Cambridge City has a game in hand to us, and that it could go a lot of different ways. It's crazy, I guess, to speculate. You know what's been interesting is Cambridge City. They were in the top half of the table just a little while ago, and they have had just an abysmal change of luck here. Let me see what's going on with. Oh my goodness! Look at that. So let me block out the FA Trupp and FA. Wow. They have lost 3, 6, 7, 8 in a row. They've only scored 2 goals in those matches. They won a game 1-0 at the end of October. Didn't win in November. Didn't win in December. And have started off January with a loss. They were upper half of the table early in the season here. And now they are well down towards we're at the bottom here. How the mighty have fallen here. That's actually very encouraging for us, because if they are playing that bad, we probably can pass them. We haven't lost 9 in a row yet. We've lost 5 in a row, was it, I think? And that's kind of our personal best there. But we're not at that level yet. So perhaps we can, pass Cambridge. And yeah, I'd still like to think we can do something. A point is a point, and we'll take it, playing against a team up, and they were in 7th before we played them. So I'm going to take that as a positive result, and we'll move forward from there. Thank you so much for coming in and watching the January edition of the Unintentional Journeyman. I'll be back again in February at some point. I'm not sure which match we'll watch. Maybe the Chester match? Boston United. Oh, the Cambridge match. We might actually be able to break the jinx there, because they are right above us in the table. That will be a huge match for relegation, for the relegation battle. So I think I'll play these other ones, and then we'll come back and play this Cambridge City match. Thanks again for watching. This was the Unintentional Journeyman. If you liked it, please click the like button. It does provide motivation to keep doing this. And sometimes I wonder, as we seem to be struggling, we could be looking for another job. Hopefully I have the same job by the time we get to the next episode. We may have watched all the matches with Farsley Celtic, and I could be unemployed by the time we get to February here, unless we can turn things around. But thanks for watching, and have a great day.